it's demo day. I'm gonna start taking out all this plaster and get right down to the bare bones of things. So stay tuned, keep watching, and we'll get on with this complete upstairs renovation. My name's Deric. This is my wife Jenya. We bought a fixer-upper. We're remodeling this house one day at a time, all while living in it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to get all the latest videos to track our progress. You'll find lots of how-to videos with step-by-step instructions to help you with your next do-it-yourself project. Welcome to the Rundown Reborn channel. So today, we're going to really get dug in here on these bedrooms, and one of the first things I've got to deal with are these windows. We need new windows in each room. Both rooms have a small window like this one right here, and it's just old, it's not been installed. I'll show you what I mean. Let's go outside and take a look at that. I can already tell this window's going to be a mess. As you can see, I've got my siding off here. Let's go take a closer look at what may possibly be the world's worst window installation. So here we are. What you can see back here, that's the back of the plaster. There's absolutely no flashing over this window whatsoever. The window is set in and not flanged out. Moisture can come in from up above, wick in, and just saturate your wall. Moisture can come in the sides and in the sill. Sill has no caulk on it. There's no caulk around the window. You're gonna have air leak in there, and your sill is basically rotting as well. So what this says, don't install a window like this. So how do we fix it? We replace it. This is not an egress window. It's too small. A fireman can't crawl through this opening with a tank on his back. So we've got to get a large enough window. Now originally I was going to go single hung like this, but a bigger one. But I could not get a big enough size. My ceiling is only about 7 feet high, or not even, about six and a half maybe. So I don't have enough ceiling space to get a tall window in there that's big enough that has the bottom half opening large enough for a fireman to enter. So what we're going to have to do is use a casement window. That gives me a large enough opening that the egress can occur in the case of a fire. And a fireman can enter through that window, either by knocking out the glass, or if it's open, or having it cranked open and come in through that way. I'm over here at the other side of the house. I've got a similar window condition. This one too has lots of problems. It's never been closed. It's open to the inside. You can see the back side of the wall up here. And some of the other problems, there's no flashing of any kind, not even caulk. And I did notice something else. This window actually has been installed backwards. They put the nailing flange on the inside, which doesn't make any sense. The nailing flange is part of the water protection of the window design. That needs to be on the outside, and then you can tape and flash over that and tighten it up and seal it. All around, this is just a really bad job, and it's just really disappointing. So now you know, don't put windows in backwards. So let's go inside and see what we got in there. Well, I uncovered a hornet's nest in here. Thank God it's not alive. But if that were alive, it'd be a bad day. So here's that window we were just looking at, and I've got all this plaster torn off, and we really get a good look at what's happening in this wall. They did do some insulation here, not much, not enough to keep the weather out or the cold out. It's not even very insect or animal proof. We did get a bat in here. I suspect they probably came in through this area. So taking a look at this wall, we've got these members. I need to bring this head up as high as I can. We've got a 30-inch opening we got to put in here. And looking at this, really none of this is structural. It is structural in the sense that it's providing rigidity to the wall for lateral movement, but it's not bringing weight down through this system. All the weight's coming down here on these rafters. The rafters overhead are taking the weight and shifting it to the sides and taking it on down to the foundation. So one clue that I can tell about that is this is not a continuous member all the way across here. It's been cut in, it's just there for blocking. These members here, although this is a full height stud, it's not a bearing stud in the sense, it's just there to support the siding and support the wall on the exterior. This member comes into a plate that's horizontal. It's not really structural. This is not bearing on anything. It's just side tacked in. So I know that this is not really doing any structural support. So I can take this out pretty confidently, remove all this framing as I need to, get a new header in here as high as I can so that I can have my window up as high to bring the bottom, the sill of the window as high as I can too. You want to try to get that sill well off the floor. If it's too low, you need to have tempered glass. Once that framing's in, I can then sheet around the perimeter and get that window installed. So I think before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and tear back some more of this plaster, really get a good look at what's happening with the structural system here, and then move forward with that. Well, the good news is I got quite a bit of demo done today. Had to have been the dirtiest demo day I've ever experienced. The bad news is I'm probably only about 20% complete with the demolition. The demolition though has revealed some secrets here. So I'm able to better look at what's going on here. This is the back side of the next room. We're gonna knock this wall out here. So I'm gonna put a new door in here to come into this room. And what's also kind of cool is this is not structural framing, it's just block framing in to be able to create a wall here. This right here is the structural member. This is structural up here. All the angled rafters are the structural. I can see that the roof is bearing down on this line right here, so this will be structural. This is not. So I can cut this out, and I've got about 2 feet of space here. So what we're going to do then is add perhaps like a recess here, a bookshelf, trophy shelf, something like that. Maybe even put some cabinets in here. So this gives us an opportunity for a little bonus storage. We do have our ceiling framing in up here and be able to run an air duct all the way back in here towards this window. We'll be able to feed it off of this side over here and up in this upper attic space, which is above this ceiling. In our next video, I'm going to basically finish out this demo. We're going to open that window up, get some framing in, get all this stuff out of here, and get a new casement window put in. So be sure to stay tuned for that one. But for now, I've just got to get myself cleaned up. So I've had enough for today.